Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is your market update for May for the Coronado neighborhood. Got some interesting stats for this month, and let's dig into the data. Starting off with a number of active homes, you can see that this graph is pretty much flat. We'll see in the data in just a minute that we've seen some little spikes in inventory. The market seems to be absorbing that overall. Now, a little bit of that might have been that sellers got frustrated and pulled their houses off the market, but overall, we're staying pretty steady as far as active homes. No huge glut of inventory in Coronado. For pending sales, we can see obviously there's some fluctuation in these, but overall, we're seeing a downward trend, kind of steadily downward trend. This is kind of to be expected for this time of year. Nothing too out of the ordinary here. New listings for the last week. You can see there's a couple spikes here, one in the middle of April and then one over the last week. This kind of mirrors what's going on in the market valley-wide. As I said earlier, despite these little spikes, we're not seeing huge jumps in the number of active homes. What that tells us is that the Coronado market is still pretty strong and able to absorb those little spikes in new listings. Sold over the last 30 days, you can see that this number peaked about mid-March and has been slowly declining since. This is relatively normal, kind of indicative of our summer slump. Sold over the last 6 months, this number has been pretty much rising until the last few weeks. It's dropped slightly since that point. Now, in the past, I have delved into current list prices and original list prices to get an idea of seller confidence and kind of where the market's going. I think in the interest of brevity that I will focus on the average price drop. The reason being that this shows us, where this does give us an idea of all of those things. So this tells us where we've listed versus where we're selling at or where we're currently listed at. Kind of gives us an idea of how strong the market is, generally speaking. As you can see from this graph, this number has generally trended upward since March. An upward trend means that we have had more price drops in listings, which means that we have kind of a mismatch of where the sellers are starting their price at and where they end up. When this number is increasing, it kind of shows either that mismatch or a weakness in the market overall. Average sales price over the last 30 days, you can see that this number peaked at almost 600,000 in March. It has dropped to under 500,000 since. Now, this is kind of a leading indicator. These are very small numbers of closings at any given time. So it's going to fluctuate quite a bit over a shorter period of time. Average sales price over the last 6 months. This is a much more stable number. Because of the larger numbers, you kind of smooth out some of the bumps there. We're still seeing a drop here between the peak and now of about 15,000, but that's much less than the 100,000 we saw on the 30-day indicator. Oftentimes, prices drop over the summer. We will see if this is just simply a seasonal number or if this is something that we need to watch out for as a broader trend. Closed price per square foot. I like this number a little bit more in Coronado than the other two indicators that we just saw, simply because we have a huge variety of the sizes of homes in Coronado. There are 600, 700, 800 square foot homes in the neighborhood, and there are the huge remodeled, 2,300 square foot homes as well, and especially towards the north of the neighborhood. This graph kind of smooths out a little bit of that and shows us generally where the neighborhood's going. As you can see, it's trending upward. What that probably means, given that we're seeing sales prices drop, is that people are buying a little bit smaller homes in the neighborhood right now. Average days on the market. You can see that this number is remarkably stable. Despite some mixed numbers overall in this update and a bit of a slowdown in the overall numbers in Coronado, the homes are still selling in the neighborhood. If they weren't, we would be watching this number increase quite a bit. So there you have it for this month, the May Coronado market update. As you can see, we kind of got some mixed numbers. Nothing too alarming yet. The sky is not falling, but we are seeing a little bit of a softening. We don't know yet if that's the summer softening that we typically have in a year or if it's a sign of some broader trouble. Overall, pretty stable market in Coronado. Nothing to be too concerned about yet. If you like what you see here, please hit the subscribe button or like. Anything you can do to help out the channel would be much appreciated. You can also call me if you're looking to purchase a home in the Coronado neighborhood or any Central Phoenix neighborhood. It's 480-694-7643. See you next week.